I am Manas. Today I will see the sort of component of government budget. In my last video, I spoke about the meaning of budget and the component of government budget. So today, just we will see the sort of the component of government budget. So before we start, just remember, for any questions, let me know in the comment section below and I will talk to you there. So first of all, component of the government budget. So budget has two broad components, revenue budget and capital budget. Revenue budget shows the current receipts of the government and the expenditure that can be made from these receipts. So revenue budget consists of revenue receipts and revenue expenditure. So revenue receipts refers to those receipts of the government which neither create a liability or nor lead to reduction in assets. So revenue receipts are divided into tax revenue and non-tax revenue. So tax revenue consists of the proceeds of taxes and other duties levied by the government. So tax revenue collect from direct tax and indirect tax. So direct taxes are those taxes whose burden cannot be shifted onto others, for example income tax, and indirect taxes are those taxes whose burden can be shifted, for example sales tax. Next, non-tax revenue. So like tax revenue, non-tax revenue does not create a liability for the government. For example, interest and dividend on government investment, administrative revenue, for example fees, school fees, college fees, registration fees, license fees, etc. Next, revenue expenditure. So revenue expenditure refers to all those expenditure of the government which do not result in creation of physical or financial assets. So revenue expenditure is classified into planned revenue expenditure and non-planned revenue expenditure. So planned revenue expenditure relates to central plans and central assistance for state and union territory plans, and non-planned expenditure includes all expenditure other than planned expenditure. Next, capital budget. So capital budget is an account of assets as well as liabilities of the government. It consists of capital receipts and capital expenditure. And the capital budget shows the capital requirements of the government and the pattern of their financing. So capital receipts refers to those receipts of the government which either create a liability or lead to reduction in assets. Capital receipts includes three items. Number one, recovery of loan. Number two, other receipts, mainly through disinvestment. And number three, borrowing and other liabilities like savings deposits in post offices. Next, capital expenditure. So capital expenditure is an expenditure which either creates assets or reduces liability. So capital expenditure is also classified into planned capital expenditure and non-planned capital expenditure. So see, planned expenditure refers to that expenditure which is provided in the budget to be encouraged by the government to fulfill its planned development programs. So for example, government spending on agriculture, power, industry, communication, health and education, etc. And non-planned expenditure refers to all government expenditure which are provided in the budget on routine functioning of the government. So main item of non-planned expenditure are salary and pension, police, judiciary, defense services, interest payment, subsidy, etc. So this was the lesson for today, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Remember to subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next video with a new topic. Thank you.